Hello and welcome to 5-Year Club video number 96, Car Insurance Changes. I know I had a whole video on insurance before, and in that video I spoke about how insurance is protection. It's protection for our wealth building. We can't have some major event come in and I've got like frog voice morning video sound. Yeah, we can't have some random event coming in and ruining our wealth building plan. The most important part of insurance. The most important part is the big, major, horrible events. So if you have a spinal injury that's going to cost you millions of dollars over the years, or something like that, those are the things that really nuke a financial plan. The thing that costs $20,000, it's painful. It might take a year to get over or 6 months to get over, but you can work through it and you're going to recover from that. A liability of $1 million, though, if it took you 20 years, 30 years to build $1 million, you're not going to recover from that. I hadn't looked at my auto insurance policy for a while, and I was talking about this with some friends, and one of them pointed out, like, what, you have the minimums for liability? That's crazy. And then I looked it up, and he was right. I had the minimums. $15,000 medical liability in the case of an accident per person, $30,000. So if I, God forbid, hit another car and someone had some terrible spinal injury, my medical liability coverage would not have really covered me. And so I went in and I made some changes. And what I found was that after my changes, my auto premium actually went down. And the reason is because I had comprehensive and collision on my policy, and I don't really need them anymore because, my Civic is about 10 years old at this point. I think it's worth around $6,000. So my emergency fund would cover purchasing another similar car if I needed a new car. And if someone broke into my car and they broke the window and I had to replace the window, well, the deductible was $500. I was paying for those windows anyway, and that's happened to me twice. So I didn't think that I was getting that much out of comprehensive and collision coverage, so I just dropped them. I wanted to show you, though, what the premium difference numbers were, though. Going from basically the equivalent of no protection. That's what the $15,000, $30,000 is. That's nothing, because it's not. You're gonna get hosed if you're gonna get, like, if you are gonna be hosed by a $500,000 event, the $15,000 isn't going to touch that really. Property damage, $5,000. That'll cover somebody who's driving a junky car. It's not going to cover the cars that I see around here that are like, I don't know, the exotic Porsche. So this is, part of this is where I live. And, it's also, I guess, possible that you'll accidentally drive your car into the side of an expensive house. Who knows? But I wanted to show you what the premium differences were. To go from essentially no coverage to, $300,000, $500,000, which is substantial, is about $8 a month. And then the property damage, to go from $5,000 of coverage to $300,000 of coverage, it's only about $3 a month. So total, this changed about $11 a month. And if we say, okay, well, 300, 500 is good. What if we just max everything out? How much is that going to be different from this first scenario? Well, if we max everything out, then it's about $4 or $5 more expensive per month to get the maximum possible insurance. I think it's like $4 for the $1 million of medical liability coverage, and then to go from $300,000 to $500,000, which I do at the end here. Yep, that's about an extra dollar per month. Let's see, that says $16.38, $15.82. Yeah, so less than $1 per month, actually, $15.82 to $16.38. So yeah, that'll cover me if I hit one of the really exotic cars in my parking garage, which is like, they got Maseratis, they've got weird European stuff that I can't pronounce. Overall, after making these changes this morning, I am going, I'm saving money, and that always feels good. But the main thing is that my total amount of coverage for medical liability, $1 million, $1 million, and then $500,000 on the property damage, actually has a chance that it would be able to shield the net worth that I'm trying to build. Whereas that $15,000, $30,000, and $5,000 would not have done that job. And therefore, I was paying more before, and I wasn't getting the protection that I needed. Now I'm paying less, and I am actually getting the protection that I need. And I have a decent plan for replacing my car if my car goes up in flames. Yep. Which is what's important. And it would not, in none of those events, would set me back that far. So I thought this was worth seeing. You should check on your auto insurance if you haven't recently. And if you find yourself in the same situation as me, where you are undercovered for medical liability because you just signed on for the state minimum, go ahead and bump that up to something greater than your net worth, because you really need to protect yourself in that way. And if you're not, then what are we even paying for? What is this even accomplishing? All right, that's it for 5-Year Club video number 96. A nice morning video, and hopefully that'll put me on a good schedule for this week. Crazy morning here. All right, have a fabulous day.